Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. I'm here again, middle of this week, talking about some various scriptures, trying to brighten your day, trying to give you something to be encouraged about. So today, I want to look at Psalm 119 and just a couple of verses, beginning with verse 147. And here's what it says: I rise early before the sun is up. I cry out for help and put my hope in your words. I stay awake through the night thinking about your promise. In your faithful love, O Lord, hear my cry. Let me be revived by following your regulations. Psalmist says he wakes up early before the sun is up. Do you do that? Some people do. Some people have to get up real early. Some people have to work all night. I, if they choose to do it, then I admire them. If they have to, I feel sorry for them because, for me anyway, staying up all night is not what it used to be. However, I'm one of those older guys that for some reason wakes up early in the morning. Now, I'm not like some. I'm not up at 3 or 4 in the morning, but I'm up by 6, 5:30, something like that. Even if I don't want to be. I know some of you guys sleep till 7:30, 8, 9. Some of you sleep till 11 if you're young. And, well, we'll just say if you're young. But waking up in the morning is a special time. It's a time when things are quiet, usually. Not much traffic on the road. You can hear some of the birds beginning to come alive. You can sort of look out, and depending on how early you see the sun coming over the horizon or having just done it. It's a special time to think about your life and ponder what you're doing and where you're going. And so this psalm helps us. It says here, I rise early, I cry out for help, and put my hope in your words. Talking to God first thing in the morning, before your mind gets cluttered, you get busy with this, that, and whatever. Talking to God is a worthwhile thing. I mean, it's saying hello to the person who made you, who created you for whatever purpose it was. It's acknowledging that there's somebody out there who's more powerful than me. And it's a God who loves you, who cares about you, who wants the best for you. It says here that I put my hope in your words. What do you put your hope in? You? Somebody else? Something that may happen in the future? Hope is the thing that keeps you going. It gives you reason to believe that whatever's happening right now isn't going to be permanent. And a lot of people lose hope and they get real depressed. And it's very sad, unfortunately. It's hard to regain hope once you lose it. So this says, think about God first thing in the morning. Put your hope in Him, not your situation, not what others say. Let me tell you, every day you got a chance to run into somebody who's going to tell you how lousy life is. You don't have to look very hard. You might have more than one person. But isn't it wonderful to think you could wake up and go, wow, this is a special day. This is my time. This is something precious that God's given me. It'll change your life. It really will. I don't care where you are on the spectrum of walking with God. It'll change your life. It says also here that I stay awake through the night thinking about your promise. Well, you can't stay awake all night and get up in the morning. Not too many times. Most of us can't anyway. I knew a lady one time needed 4 hours of sleep. Just 4. Went on a retreat. She was one of the leaders with the rest of us. And she wiped us out because she didn't want to go to bed. She didn't want anybody else to go to bed either. Most of us need a lot more 4 hours of sleep. There are a few of those out there, but there aren't many. But when we stay awake at night, what do we think about? Do we think about the good things God's done, or do we think about the worries of the next day? Uh, what do you think about when you're up at night? My wife says, I couldn't get to sleep. I was thinking about whatever. And there are almost always difficulties. Sometimes we ought to just let the difficulties go. You can't change them by yourself anyway, and they're not going to magically disappear. So why are you wasting so much time on them? Think about something good and helpful and loving and kind. I know the old adage, count sheep. Well, I don't know about counting sheep, but I do know that God wants us to think of him. He says, I spend the night awake thinking about your promise. In your faithful love, O Lord, you hear my cry. When you were a little kid, assuming you had decent parents, you get hurt and you cried, they came running. Why? Because they cared about you. And they wanted to help out in the midst of whatever is hurting. Well, God wants to do the same thing. When you cry out, he comes running. Now, I know we can't use human attributes to God, so it's sort of symbolic. But the point is, in our troubles, this psalm tells us, and many other places, that we can cry out and God will be there. It says, let me be revived by your regulations, by your promises. In your faithful love, O Lord, hear my cry. In your faithful love, that's the key, faithful love. There's nothing you can do to change it. You can't push God away forever. You can't get him to say, all right, I'm done with you. And he walks off. Now, we can do that to other people. We can even say that we do it to God. But we can't make God do it to us. And so, when you get up tomorrow, what are you going to do first thing? Run to the bathroom, brush your teeth, get in the shower, pick out your clothes, go get something to eat. Before you do all of that, take a few moments. Talk to God. See if it makes a difference in your day. I bet it will. Well, thanks for listening. Hope tomorrow's great. Hope it's a fantastic, incredibly wonderful day. And if you have a need or concern, tell us, please. And we'll do whatever we can to help meet your need. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll be back again.